Political significance in this game, whether the players like it or not, but perhaps a little more of that later. The important thing is here, as Kenny Daglish and one or two of the other players were saying beforehand, is how they approach the game. They didn't approach it well in 1981 when they played against a Brazilian team, Flamengo, and they were beaten quite easily. As for the Argentine team, this is a very important occasion for them. They prepared for this thoroughly. They've avoided getting into situations where they might injure themselves or tire themselves. They prepared for months, and these conditions, the brown turf of Japan at this time of the year, suit probably the South Americans. Control is so important, and usually the South American players are that much better at it. But one or two issues we shall obviously see before as the game starts, but Liverpool's approach must be, as they say, to close the game down early on, not to let the Argentines play. Their skill is probably superior, but Liverpool must try and dominate early on before the game is controlled by either side. So a wonderful atmosphere here, friendly, competitive, very important to both sides. Big prize money, of course, and we're up to kick-off time now. Referee just checking with the linesman, his watch. And away we go. Liverpool, the European champions, against Independiente of Buenos Aires, the South American champions, for the Toyota Cup and the title of World Club Champion. Also, this is the first international meeting between the two nations since they were at war over the Falklands Islands. Hopefully this sort of occasion will help the two countries come closer together, even in only a very small way. But whether the players like it or not, they do carry an extra responsibility out there. Bad behaviour or bad sportsmanship might be interpreted in an entirely different way. So the fifth staging of the Toyota Cup. No European side has yet won here. Liverpool, the first side to come back for a second attempt. But the loss of Lawrenson at the back, with Gillespie, number 15, taking his place, is a very bad blow to them. Liverpool in all yellow because, of course, as you probably know, both sides normally wear red as first choice. Daglish trying to get in there. And that was a fairly fierce challenge. Very quickly spotted by the Brazilian referee. That was Mølby, the Dane, coming in with that foul. This is Gillespie. Only 7 games in the first team for Liverpool. Daglish running for this one with Villaverde. Villaverde. Nicol picking it up off him. Hard to keep the balance, but the referee had blown for a foul on Steve Nicol. It's going to be competitive early on. This is Kennedy and Nicol on the ball. Cleared away by Villaverde. Over goes young Gillespie. On to the all-weather track. This, of course, was the Olympic Stadium of 1964. Giusti putting it out to Clausen. Easily cut out by Hansen. On the right here is Johnston and Rush. Rush getting in there well. Mølby playing for the first time for Liverpool in an international match. Mølby penalised by the referee there. Bochini to Trossero. This is Marangoni, the player who played in England for 1 year. Burruchaga. And Johnston putting it back to Bruce Grobbelaar. Every team has a character. This is the sort of character who will do for 2 or 3 teams. Bruce Grobbelaar of Zimbabwe. And the Japanese loved the distance of his kick. But Liverpool didn't much like Daglish's touch, which is out of play. So the 5th Toyota Cup, almost 4 minutes gone. Daglish turning it up for Mølby. Pressure there from Percudani. Gillespie trying to make a long one go, and it's well cut out by Enrique. Forward comes Villaverde. Oh, and away goes Percudani. He's offside. Percudani, 19 years of age. Obviously comparatively inexperienced. Kennedy forward for Rush. Kennedy again. There's Nicol on his left. Wark has crept up into the middle. Up goes Wark, but it's well away by Trossero. Kennedy trying to make space for himself or a colleague. Hansen. Gillespie drops back to give Hansen an angle. Neal on his right. Hansen again. When they played in 1981, Flamengo really took the game to Liverpool and outplayed them in the first 20 minutes. Very anxious that this doesn't happen here. And a fine ball, but offside according to the linesman, but I don't know whether he was. Barberón looked to be away there. That was Bochini. Just about 5 minutes gone. There's Ian Rush. 32 goals in England, 47 overall for Liverpool last year. Looking for Daglish. Now Rush. And Marangoni loses the ball to Johnston. Hansen. Villaverde cuts it out. Well, Liverpool enjoying a bit of possession at the moment. Daglish holding it up well. Mølby. Rush. Rush, a good ball to Johnston. Wark backs off. Johnston here to Neal. Wark. Mølby offside. It's quickly taken and Independiente come away with it. Burruchaga, good tackle. And not offside as Percudani breaks away. Percudani with a chance. It's a goal! Independiente have broken away and scored in 6.5 minutes with their first attack. Grobbelaar beaten. Liverpool claim offside, but the Argentine celebrates a goal early on by 19-year-old Jose Percudani. Through there by Marangoni. Offside claim Liverpool. No, says the referee. And Percudani goes on and through and scores. Good goal. And from this angle, Grobbelaar didn't get near to him at all, and he kept his cool for a 19-year-old superbly. Well, a bitter blow for Liverpool when they'd had so much possession, pushed forward. Suddenly the back door is open and they're one down. But now he's very much involved here. We're back live and Independiente lead by 1-0 already. Well, one of the problems for Liverpool in this particular season has been they've been caught square too often at the back. Their fullbacks lack a bit of pace, and they were certainly caught there. Was it offside? Well, many people in a certain part of England anyhow will no doubt be claiming it is. But the linesman had been pretty sharp beforehand with other decisions, and he let that one go. Kennedy getting forward. Clausen under pressure from Nicol. Free kick by Clausen. Well won by Gillespie. And then Marangoni. Clausen did superbly. This goal will do wonders for the confidence of the Argentine side, who pushed back rather surprisingly perhaps early on, but now we should see some play from them and perhaps a bit of character from Liverpool. Trossero, the captain. Giusti, another of the current internationals. Trossero. Oh, a fine ball, but this time the linesman said offside. And one or two pointed looks from Liverpool. There's the Independiente bench and their coach Omar Pastoriza, who had a heart attack a few months ago, but I was sure the condition of the game now will do the condition of his heart a power of good. Nicely done by Percudani. Here's Burruchaga, and out comes Grobbelaar. Ten minutes of the game gone. The sun still shining brightly. Forward goes Wark. Well cut out. Johnston. Mølby. Kennedy on the left. Nicol on his left. Daglish inside him, trying to get by Clausen and fails. Good play by Independiente. Bochini. Giusti. Barberón goes and he's away and offside. He just timed it not quite right. Free kick to Liverpool. Up to Daglish. But the control wasn't good enough. That isn't like Daglish. Up goes Trossero. There's a foul there by Rush on Trossero. Free kick to Independiente. A puff of dust as that kick is taken. Johnston, the player born in South Africa but brought up in Australia, but who's played for Britain. And there's the Liverpool bench and their manager Joe Fagan, necessarily a little bit dejected at the moment. Enrique to Bochini. Good cutout by Mølby, the Dane. Nicol. Nobody on his left though, waiting for support from behind. Kennedy. Wark, a bad one. Poorly done. Cut out by Villaverde. Villaverde again. Daglish. Enrique gets in there, Mølby trying to get the ball to Daglish, didn't work. Percudani starting to make a break as Bochini, the greatest passer certainly in the Independiente side, gets it, but they lose it in midfield as Liverpool close it up well. A mistake there from Clausen. Trossero gets it back. And Bochini controls badly. Rather surprise from him. Gillespie gets it forward. Well, we just had a report that at 12:01, exactly at kickoff time, we had an earthquake here in Japan. There was some movement at the stadium, but I'm informed it's nothing to do with the football. But comparatively minor. But at the moment, there's quite a contest going on out there. the battle for midfield had still not been won before Independiente took a shock lead. Now we're all settling back here to see what's going to happen, and there's a problem out on the field. Discussion between linesman and referee about one of the sound recordists and operators of the NTV host nation, who is too close, I think, to the field. The point was he's wearing red, and it was confusing the Argentine side. He's been substituted in television terms by somebody wearing blue. So a minor problem, but it could be very distracting for referee and linesman, particularly over the far side when he sees a red figure and throws his flag up for offside, and he's just put a member of NTV out of the game. Here come Liverpool. Daglish, a nice little touch, but it's too far ahead, and Villaverde, the sweeper, clears up. Here he is again. And a nicely hit ball. Bochini doesn't quite control it, but he's there, and it's a fine ball forward, but offside again against Barberón. Not him, he wasn't offside, he was. It's Barberón, number 11. He's not too happy, but it's 15 minutes gone, and his side are leading. Gillespie forward. Rush, hard one to control. Back to the captain, Phil Neal. Wark gets it in, but not accurately. Percudani a touch. Appeal for handball, but against whom? Who was guilty here? Well, there's a free kick, as we've seen, to Liverpool, but it came to nothing. A clash there on a hard ground between an England player and an Argentine player, but it was nice to see them shaking hands after that. Goyén, the Uruguayan goalkeeper, playing for the Argentine side, clears, but not particularly well. Marangoni, player who had a year with Sunderland in the English First Division, is fouled. There's a free kick to Independiente, and there's another look at that incident. The kick has been taken, and Kennedy gets it away, but only to Burruchaga, and that could be dangerous. But neither side putting together a sequence of passes at the moment on this bumpy, dry, uneven pitch. Well cut out though by Marangoni, and some impassive faces from the VIP bench. But they must be pretty happy because their continent is leading. Gary Gillespie looking for the front man directly, finds Rush, looks like a free kick. Can't do that right under the nose of the referee. Daglish wants to take it. Kennedy has popped in there. Wark got up well. Away beautifully by Burruchaga. And it was Clausen making a break from Giusti. Daglish wasn't too happy about that challenge, but it is a dry ground. It is nice and warm. It's 10 degrees centigrade, and it's getting pretty hot out there in more ways than one. This is Trossero. Another good ball forward for Barberón, who's quicker than Neal. Neal fortunately gets a boot to him, and it comes off Barberón straight to Grobbelaar. But Phil Neal, a highly experienced player, but 33 years of age, is being called out for speed. And it's been noticeable how Independiente have tried to get the ball to this left flank as often as possible. Mølby. Gillespie is under pressure. Hansen can't afford to take it forward. Still the battle for midfield goes on, but a reminder that Independiente lead by 1-0, scored by number 9 Percudani in the 6th minute, but it's Liverpool in all yellow pressing forward. But really, they haven't had a direct shot on the Independiente goal yet. Marangoni.
Jockey.
Probably heard the call there. Microphone's very close to the pitch. But even if your English is pretty good, you might find some of it hard to understand. There's so many different accents in this Liverpool team. Giusti almost got one through there, and Liverpool were once again caught square, but they just kept it out. And that's a fine ball from Johnston. Daglish still finding it hard to control the ball on the surface. Kennedy runs into trouble. Now there are 3 players out of the game, and Independiente could break here. But Burruchaga's offside, and there's a good tackle by Mølby, and it's Liverpool going back again. Wark getting up here, but it was too high for him, and it's going out of play. 20 minutes of the game gone. It's 1-0 to Independiente of Argentina against the Liverpool of England in this 5th Toyota Cup. A bit of discrepancy about where the throw should be taken from. Liverpool trying to push up, make it difficult for them to get it away, and it's out again. So a throw to Liverpool this time. Neal takes it to Mølby. Marangoni, Bochini, Giusti, and there was a foul there. A bit of ankle tapping. Giusti, the player, is quickly taken, but the referee wants it to be retaken. The ball was moving, and that is against the rules. Trossero with the kick. Giusti. Barberón, nicely done. Marangoni. Bochini, Marangoni. But too ambitious, but they regain it as Neal heads badly. Percudani. Nicely done again. Bochini, who's pulling the strings at the moment. Enrique, the left back, runs into trouble, and it's cleared by Steve Nicol. But a throw-in for Independiente. Neal, the captain, doing a bit of organising, but they must be a bit dispirited at the moment. And the control there not good enough by Enrique, the left back. Daglish. That was sharper. Mølby. Hansen with Kennedy on his left, out there wide is Nicol. Finds him. Rush goes down the left. This is Kennedy supporting. Rush here. Back to Kennedy. Wark wants the long ball into the middle. Will he give it to him? No. This is Daglish. And Dalglish's pass didn't look as if it was good enough, but Nicol did well to get it and to win a corner, the first corner. Aggressive, confident young player, and Liverpool are in there challenging. Battered away, not a lot of science in that, but efficient enough, particularly with the big fellow Trossero at the back there. Here's Neal again. Offside against John Wark. Well, it looked like a good opportunity, but the flag is already up anyhow, and Wark had pulled out of the challenge. But he is the player who could be so dangerous coming through from midfield. 11 goals this season. Goyén with the kick. Again, and not a particularly good one. Nicol moving away. Mølby to Daglish. Nicely turned into the path of Kennedy. Wark is in there for the deep cross. Nothing like deep enough. Throw in for Liverpool. Again building the pressure after that blow of the goal, but the flick wasn't particularly good, although Trossero almost made it a better one by missing there, but no danger in the end. Good challenge by Neal. Johnston gets in there. And here's Rush. And Trossero almost put it into his own net. Daglish couldn't get there. That was a great opportunity for Liverpool. Johnston and the Rush opened it up. Johnston gets in there well, and Rush showed his speed getting on the end of it, setting up Daglish, but he couldn't get it. Trossero didn't know where it was, but backheeled it off. And we're back live. And Liverpool are driving forward. Johnston with the corner. And the goalkeeper is out and catching well. 25 minutes gone. Liverpool trying desperately to get back into it, trailing by the 1 goal. Trossero doing well there, but a very anxious moment for him a minute or so ago. Liverpool getting more confident. Nicol tackled by Giusti and hurt. Let's see that one again. Nicol had control of it. The tackle on the ball and the player, and not a foul. It's Daglish, good turn, but robbed by Clausen there, and another corner for Liverpool as he takes his position on the near post. Up come the big players from the back. Gillespie is coming into this. Hansen is not. Gillespie trying to get a run forward. Up goes Gillespie, doesn't get there. Still Liverpool. Mølby, and loses out in a dangerous position, but Strength gets it back. No, free kick. Here comes Barberón, and he's quick, and Hansen had to take it away from his own goalkeeper. Well, Barberón drifted in from the left flank. He hasn't had much possession in the last 5 or 10 minutes. He came to find it there and did very well. Bochini, good play. Percudani, and a free kick. Dangerous play given against Liverpool. A free kick in a critical area. Percudani goes for it. It's a high challenge, a dangerous challenge by Gillespie. You can see exactly why the free kick was given. But 3 years ago, in a similar situation, Grobbelaar fumbled a free kick from Zico, and his side were really put out of the game. What will happen here? Now, Trossero is very good on these kicks. Marangoni on the ball. Trossero shoots, hits the wall. Oh, great save. Clausen with the drive. Brilliant bit of catching by Grobbelaar, and the flags wave. The wall doing its job, but then goalkeeper Grobbelaar doing his job here. That was on the way in. Good catch. And back again as Liverpool come forward once more. Well robbed by Villaverde. Barberón. Giusti, Bochini, Well, Bochini's done well there to keep possession, but offside against two Independiente players. But that was wonderful skills that almost put Burruchaga away. Comparatively quiet game for him so far. Gillespie to Hansen. Rush coming off his man as he looks for the long ball forward to him here, but faulty control. He had more time than that. Marangoni couldn't get hold of it, but strength gets him through, and away he goes, offside once more. Now that was a doubtful one, I'd have thought. That looked like a good pass to me, and Barberón is not happy about that decision either. I would think justifiably, but perhaps luckily for Liverpool. Flicked on by Daglish. Wark going for the bouncing ball. Trossero thumps it away. But Gillespie couldn't control it. And into oblivion. Trossero over the head of Neal. Gillespie. Wark again finding it hard to control a bouncing, tricky ball, but perhaps Rush might get in here. No trouble in the end for Goyén. Clausen. Neatly done. Half an hour gone of the first half here in Tokyo. It's Independiente of Buenos Aires, Argentina, leading by 1-0 against Liverpool of England, playing in the all-yellow strip. Reminder that this is the Toyota Cup from Tokyo, Japan, the clash between the European champions and the South American champions for the World Club title. Rush is fouled there, I'd have thought. Free kick as Rush goes down. Doesn't do any harm to stay down a little bit longer than normal to make the point to the referee that he's being looked after by a defender. Hansen. Clausen clears. Daglish. Hansen. And away by Enrique. Not very constructively. Neal. Liverpool getting their composure back, but can they get a goal back? Mølby. Well cut out by Marangoni. Nice touch there by Percudani and by Bochini, but outnumbered in the end, and indeed fouled according to the Brazilian referee. But he's shown some lovely skills. No wonder he's such a powerful and popular player in Argentina, but fouled there by Wark. And similar activity in the midfield at the moment. But it comes to nothing. Burruchaga has come over to the left-hand side. His goalkeeper Goyén has seen him, but I don't think he's too interested. But Goyén's kicking is not too good at the moment. It's better, but there's no Independiente player over there, or shouldn't have been. And Liverpool keep possession. Nicely done by Daglish. Back to Kennedy. Daglish coming again. Mølby trying a good one to Johnston. It's a great ball and a great chance here. Oh, good catching. That would have been in the back of the net had Goyén not held that. Good play here by Liverpool. Beautiful pass by the Dane Mølby to Johnston. He thunders it over, and excellent goalkeeping by Goyén. And from a different angle, the skills all round would be seen to be pretty good. And Goyén could well be in a bit of business again in the moment. Enrique, rather unwisely, I'd have thought, keeping possession there, but they get the throw in. El Loco, they call him, because when things get rough, he can get a little wild. Good leap by Hansen with Giusti. Nicol, who's had a fair bit of freedom out there, gives it to Kennedy. And although Liverpool have had plenty of possession, it's really only been one dangerous moment for the Argentine side in defence. Well, that's not a particularly good ball from Johnston, but a bit of work for Grobbelaar. And the Japanese really like that kicking of Grobbelaar, which is a good 20 or 30 yards farther than his opposite number, Goyén. There's no wind of any distance. That's why there's been a free kick given. Foul by Trossero. And that's why the two are sticking pretty close together, and a lot of players from Liverpool are pushing up onto the edge of the area. Neal with the kick. A lot of movement off the ball. Offside, the flag goes up. Kennedy possibly the culprit. Argentines push up just before the kick is taken, and a couple of players in the middle are caught out. But the Liverpool bench a little bit more anxious now, and another cigarette is stubbed out. A chain smoker, Joe Fagan, throughout the whole of the game. Barberón with no chance there, but as we've seen in this game, when Barberón, number 11, has been in possession, he's been very dangerous. So Liverpool, the champions of Europe 4 times in the last 7 years, and English First Division champions, a record 15 times, now up against it with 10 minutes to go before half-time. Johnston doing well on this right-hand side. Good effort into the side netting, but he looked as if he had the beating of his man there. Johnston temporarily disappeared. Here he is, South African born, brought up in Australia, where his wife and child are at the moment, and he's only recently come back from there. Nicely controlled by Bochini. Burruchaga, seen little of him so far. He was snuffed out there. Bochini again, but once more the whistle goes. Certainly Liverpool are trying to deny players like Bochini space in midfield, but he's so good that he can do something when there's only a yard or so to spare. Here he is again. Ran out of space again there, but Mølby jabs one forward to Daglish. Space for Nicol and Kennedy. It's a good run here. Daglish. Good tackle by Villaverde. Giusti to Bochini, tried to return it. A little bit more confidence in this Liverpool side. Started well, have shown some good touches, but were really knocked aside by that early goal. Kennedy. Daglish here. And that won't come to anything. A little bit of misunderstanding. Quite a few of the Liverpool players say they're still suffering from not so much jet lag, but the body time change. And Kennedy's one of the players who apparently has been getting up at 3 or 4 in the morning and having bacon and eggs to make himself feel at home a bit more. Up goes Marangoni, probably the tallest man on the field. Johnston thumps it forward. Trossero away. We're some 8 minutes from half-time. Ian Rush hasn't really had a chance yet. It's Independiente of Buenos Aires, Argentina, leading by 1-0. And a good cutout there by Gillespie. Bochini, nice first-time touch. Hansen got a boot in though. Wark, Daglish, that's not a particularly good ball. Enrique trying to make Barberón run. Can he keep it in? Not quite. And the game has faded away a little bit, although there's plenty for this capacity crowd of 62,000 to enjoy. Little touches of skill like that from Enrique particularly. over Rush's head for Daglish. Villaverde is with him. Comes Mølby. And Goyén controls it. Mølby hasn't scored for Liverpool. It's his first international game, but really he should shoot more from these sort of distances, says Joe Fagan, the coach. It was a tricky one, but it wasn't really going in. And from another angle, good goalkeeping demonstrated here by Goyén. And we're live again, 6 minutes or so before the break. Hansen gets it. Johnston desperately trying to keep it in, doesn't succeed. And it's going to be a throw in then to Independiente. Enrique on the ball. Barberón returns it, and it's a good one. Well, there's a good header from Giusti, but it was off the target. Giusti, one of the 5 players in this Independiente side who is in the national team, although we were looking there, as it happened, at the Barberón, who isn't a national team player. Away by Gillespie. 5 minutes to go now before the break. Liverpool in all yellow, pushing forward still. Nicol. And being held off controversially, and the Scot tries to get at Clausen. Well, who's in the wrong here? Clausen holds his man off. Nicol wants to get at the ball, and down they come. The referee said it was a foul against Steve Nicol. Nicely controlled by Kennedy, but in there quickly was Giusti, and seemed to be a push there on Daglish, but he held his man off superbly. And here's Wark getting over, but his touch was bad. And here comes Johnston. Good shot. Great shot by Mølby. That was blocked. And Liverpool pushing forward, Independiente in some trouble, but they keep him out. Johnston back in possession again, but the whistle this time has gone, and a yellow card is being shown to Mølby, I think. But Johnston did well there. Mølby, I think, protested that that shot hit a player's hand. Whatever happened, he certainly said too much. And his name has gone into the notebook of the referee Filiol. But relief for Omar Pastoriza, the Independiente coach. Really let off the hook there. Burruchaga, good tackle. Johnston, really busy. You've got the taste at the moment, Liverpool. Last 3 minutes before half-time. Rush slipping on this hard, tight surface. Nicol doing well. Clausen is onto him. That must be a foul. Protests of innocence, but that's got to be a free kick. Well, let's see it again. I think it'll prove the point without doubt. The ball wasn't touched, the man certainly was, and Liverpool have a free kick. Hansen stays back, but Gillespie goes up there. Gillespie getting in and touched over the top by Goyén. It was a direct shot. Daglish curling one in directly from there, and it gave the goalkeeper some trouble. And it's a corner. The closing seconds now almost of the first half. Away by Barberón, who's all the way back there. Bochini, a lovely touch to Percudani. He's on his own. Can he keep going on his own? Chased by numbers of Liverpool players. Keeps possession. Superb. But almost runs out. Burruchaga goes forward. Burruchaga's always there, and it was almost a bad one from Phil Neal. 2 minutes left of this first half. It's really ending with a bit of spice. There's a free kick there. And the Argentine side are worried. It's Nicol on the break here. Good support there from Giusti, dumps him. And cool play gets it back to Goyén, who's certainly been under some pressure in the last 5 or 10 minutes. Free kick. High challenge by Gillespie on Giusti. Well, the pattern of the first half has clearly been that early break, then Liverpool getting their momentum back again and causing some problems, but they can't even the scores. The referee saying get on and move on. Trossero forward, away by Phil Neal. Less than a minute to go before half-time. At stake here, of course, very substantial prize money and the title of World Club Champion. And a chance here for Barberón to break. Surely he was offside that time. He was. He's really not getting a break at all. But there's clearly a bit of a backdoor there, which Liverpool must keep closed tight. Phil Neal, we're on the 45-minute mark now. And the whistle goes for the end of the first half, which began dramatically when Jose Percudani scored in the 6th. Then last year, Grêmio of Brazil beat Hamburg of West Germany. And at the moment, it's this team, Independiente, their captain, Jorge Burruchaga, leading by that one vital goal scored by Jose Percudani in the 6th minute. He's looked sharp, they've looked very quick. Liverpool have looked a bit square at the back, and Bochini has looked a very, very experienced and talented playmaker in midfield. They're the obvious dangers, but Liverpool pushed forward well towards the closing stages of the first half. They created a couple of near chances, and we're away again for the second half, with Liverpool a lot to do on this brown, dusty, bumpy surface. It's not a question of the groundsman having goofed out on his job. That's the way it is in Japan at this time of the year. Green grass is a scarce commodity. This is the challenge between the Libertadores champions and the European champions, the two winners meeting here on neutral territory in Tokyo for the Toyota Cup and the World Club title. Burruchaga had a quiet time, and Johnston, who's been busy, pinches the ball there. Trossero obviously called for that one, and it's thumped away. Those long balls punted forward are a real danger to Liverpool. And perhaps those big kicks by Grobbelaar are one of the attractions for the Japanese crowd. Daglish, nicely played inside, but it's Villaverde who pinches it. Mølby, and Rush getting onto this one as Marangoni almost got himself in a bit of trouble. And it's Liverpool with a corner, and their bench looks a little bit happier. A punch by Goyén, not a particularly good one, but it's satisfactorily cleared. Another look at Goyen's anxious moment. And a throw-in as we come back live. Kennedy, always flicked up and away. Appeals for a corner, obviously given. Here's the throw. The shot is going to come in, it's going to be deflected by an Independiente player, and the corner is coming in as we see the replay. Daglish, Goyén, former basketball player, plucks out that one. Burruchaga. Hansen up there confidently. And Liverpool are really putting the squeeze on here. Johnston. But there's nowhere to go. Johnston really had a pretty busy first half and had a couple of good shots. Well put back by Giusti. Here's Trossero, the captain. Barberón goes forward, Gillespie cuts it out, and Neal in possession. And a ripple of applause from the home supporters. Might be as many as 50 Liverpool supporters here, probably less from Buenos Aires. That's an awkward bobbling one. There's no chance of Nicol getting it. Bochini. Chased by Daglish, but Bochini, good balance and good passing. Bochini still goes. Kennedy's with him. But can he keep it in? Yes, he can. Nicely done. Oh, and a round of applause there. If he doesn't get himself into trouble, he didn't, and that was great play. Wasn't such a good ball from Rush, though, and he suddenly put Independiente and Giusti in possession. Long shot. That really wasn't a problem. But there was a beautiful run forward. Grobbelaar with the big boot. Well, I think if the Japanese crowd had to pick their man of the match at the moment, they might well pick Grobbelaar for his big kicks. Certainly not in Rush yet, because he hasn't had really too many chances. He almost set one up for Daglish towards the end of the first half. But Independiente trying to get this one away. Cut out by Hansen. Daglish, nice control. Rush, that's good touch. Setting it up for Nicol, but it's away by Villaverde. 5 minutes of the second half gone. Still Liverpool in all yellow trying to wrestle this game back again. No European side has won this title yet. And it's beginning to get a bad habit. And they're really fighting in midfield there for the loose ball. Marangoni forward. Not again to Percudani. Same combination that brought the first goal. Barberón is behind him as Percudani keeps it. But there's a push by the young player on Gillespie. It's a free kick which has been taken. Well, a bit of ball protection here, but you're only supposed to use your body, not your arms. And back live as Nicol tangles with Giusti. Now Clausen, and Nicol's done well. Oh, put away by Trossero, although his goalkeeper appeared to have it covered, but Nicol did well here. The big two players, and he's earned a corner. While we're looking at this, they've taken the corner and it's very dangerous. Mølby. Hansen. It's certainly Liverpool on top at the moment. They've got to be so wary of that quick break. Appeals as Nicol chased what looked like a hopeless case. But the referee says goal kick. Goyén, the only Uruguayan in this Argentine club side. Trossero. Oh, and there might be a bit of a problem here for Clausen. No, he did well. Lovely touch too by Barberón. Burruchaga to Trossero. Burruchaga again. And Burruchaga has it. It's pretty ominous that we haven't seen much of him. But Bochini, a beautiful bit of play. And Bochini gets Barberón away. Burruchaga's gone into the middle. Oh, it's an awful ball, but bobbled up on this uneven surface. Well, it was a wonderful break for Barberón. Look at Bochini, times it superbly, and Barberón is away. He had a great deal of time to pick his spot, but it was ballooned away to comparative safety. We're back live here with a throw-in. Percudani. Johnston is doing well here. Percudani is after him. It's fast and furious out there. This is a key time. And there's Barberón breaking again. Oh, Bochini looked to be in a dangerous position there, but it bobbled away from him. Mølby, but to no one. It's really quick at the moment. They've stepped up the pace. Percudani, Burruchaga, Clausen. But clear well to Johnston, and perhaps they can break now. Wark. Mølby slowed it down and changes it to Nicol and Kennedy behind him. Two players up front for Liverpool. Plenty of support in midfield though. Daglish comes off well. Daglish a good turn. He sets it up well for Johnston. Is not well done though. Wark does well to keep possession. Neal, they're putting the squeeze on here as Craig Johnston gets it over. Nicol, but he was way out for a powerful header. He did the knockdown really. Kennedy gets in there but doesn't quite control it. Bochini, this is the fastest period of the game yet. Bochini with Burruchaga going forward. Across comes Gillespie and careered off him for a corner. First of the game for Independiente, and one of the first times we've seen Burruchaga breaking, but he's free here. They're thinking quickly, but that was an important tackle and another important tackle. Ten minutes gone of this second half. Both sides going for the vital goal, but if Independiente get one here, it'll really be all over, I would have thought, for Liverpool. Burruchaga here, and a free kick given against Liverpool, and we'll get a sighting of this one, a better sighting than Grobbelaar in the Liverpool goal. And it was at this end that Grobbelaar 3 years ago against Flamengo had trouble with a free kick. Now, who could have a go here? Trossero, the number 6, is the favourite. Here he goes. Oh, and deflected, ricocheting away. Here it is, the wall being beaten, but Nicol's head withstanding the shock. Nicol getting in the way of that, and that obviously means a corner. Trossero stays up there. Barberón to Burruchaga. Bochini knocks it over again. Good head away though by Gillespie as Trossero came in on him. Good play by Enrique, but he couldn't pull it back enough. Even for the South Americans, whose control is pretty good, the ball will run away with them on this hard, unforgiving pitch. So the continual background of sound has been going for at least half an hour before the kickoff, and will no doubt be carrying on for most of the day. Increased to a pitch here in anticipation as Liverpool went forward, but it's Independiente on the break with Barberón and Bochini inside here. Bochini in with a good position here. Bochini, and it bobbled up again and away. But he's really enjoying himself at the moment. Usually he's the man who supplies others with chances. This time he had with himself. He couldn't get it down, and it flew away. No problems here for Independiente. Pictures here, incidentally, are from NTV, the Nippon Television Corporation, Channel 4, the oldest of the Japanese commercial stations. Well, perhaps Omar Pastoriza of Independiente, their coach, is a little bit more anxious than he was. Coincidentally, the sun shines, but we're told it's the coldest day so far of the year here in Tokyo. But it's dry, and it's ideal in some ways for football, although I wouldn't say the pitch is ideal. Enrique went down, protested towards the referee that he'd been fouled, but the whistle didn't go. And a few tussles in midfield. Bochini, well intercepted by Mølby, and Mølby gets a return. Mølby, the Dane for Liverpool, has a lovely ball forward for Nicol. Oh, good effort, but good goalkeeping too. The angle that he had at his disposal was quite a narrow one. Great play by the Dane Mølby, though. Steve Nicol gets through, but there's nowhere to go, really. Burruchaga at the other end is causing trouble, and Bochini keeps it in. No, he doesn't. And suddenly, Riccardo Bochini, who seemed to have the ball tied to his feet for most of the game, has shown he too can make mistakes. Hansen to Gillespie. Daglish, and that surely was a foul, but Daglish gets away from his man well, and the referee doesn't blow. But that's now a throw-in. We've had 15 minutes in this second half. It's still 1-0 to Independiente in the red shirts, but Liverpool are not out of it yet. Good interception by Nicol. Away by Villaverde. Mølby is fouled there, and he's limping, but the referee says play on. Kennedy, one for Wark, and Johnston to chase. Good ball to Barberón. Neal does well to stop him. Johnston, Wark, Johnston the return. Up goes Rush with the goalkeeper. And the second attempt, Goyén holds it. Still Liverpool. Not a good one from Mølby. Back again though. Gillespie, they're playing with some confidence. The side who've suffered since Graham Souness was lost to them when he was transferred. But Kennedy, I'm afraid, commits an amateurish error. Quite possible. Hansen comes forward well. Kennedy again. And that's a better ball. Offside though, against Rush. Hard for Ian Rush because the Argentine side are playing a sweeper, an extra man at the back, Villaverde. So if he gets by one, there's always that one more. Here's Clausen with a kick. Well won by Rush. Clausen got himself into all sorts of trouble here. Daglish turning well. Beautiful ball. Nicol, can he get by Clausen again? Needs help. Gets it from Kennedy. Mølby. Nicol. Good play again. He's getting by. But surely there was a foul. No, a foul by Nicol, says the Brazilian referee, pushing Clausen. Well, let's see. He gets by his man, then he appears to be blocked, but the referee says there was a foul by the Scot Nicol. Hansen wins it. Bochini, and then Clausen here. Barberón and Giusti. Giusti doesn't have much space in midfield, getting down that right-hand side. The referee wants it retaken from the position he's had. Marangoni. Offside is given, so that won't be a throw-in, that'll be a free kick. Well, the pace of the first 15 minutes was hectic. It's died a little bit, but it's still very balanced. Daglish, Mølby, Johnston wide. And the horns blow. And Barberón is back there to cover. Neal, oh, rush, can he turn? Daglish, forward for Wark, is offside. The whistle will go, and it's gone long before Rush put it in the net. A lot of the Japanese supporters applaud, thinking the ball is in the back of the net. Legally, it isn't. Offside there by John Wark. So, nothing for Joe Fagan and his team, but a free kick for Independiente. That's a better kick from Goyén. Percudani beaten, but again offside, this time Burruchaga. A reminder that this is the Toyota Cup from Tokyo, Japan, the clash between European champions and the South American champions for the World Club title. And we've had pretty well 20 minutes in the second half. Still 1-0 to Independiente. Oh, and there's a bad back pass, and Burruchaga's in with a chance. Burruchaga's still going, and Grobbelaar remonstrates. But he did superbly to get that off Burruchaga, who should have scored. But that was an appalling error by Liverpool. It was a brilliant save. Well, it's worth seeing that one again, but for the moment, there's a problem up here because there's a free kick. And Liverpool come forward. Rod Stewart looking with impassive face, but the pop star, must have realised that Liverpool came very close to going bang rather than pop themselves there. But they got away with it, came forward, and were close at the other end. Offside. So just when we think the game is settling down a bit, it bursts into unexpected and dramatic life. And there's Trossero to clear. Bochini controls an awkward ball so well. So does Neal. Mølby. And the throw in. Bochini forced his way back into the Argentine national side after being discarded some years ago. Hansen driving one forward, a flick on to Rush. Rush is on his own. Can he turn it up? Johnston gets in there. Daglish has a go. Rush again, wide to Nicol. But Independiente protect their goal very well. Good attack, but even better defence. Rush very busy in there, but couldn't get by a red wall. Mølby, that's a great ball to Wark. Oh, he's only inches away from getting that. Liverpool are looking good at the moment. They look quite capable of getting an equaliser. Hansen clear. Marangoni, and Daglish gets in there well, superbly done. Nicol can break here, rushes over the far side, and the tackle came in just at the right moment, and Nicol couldn't control it. That's the problem of these pitches. But Marangoni was caught here. Rush and Daglish came over fast. Nicol breaks, but as the tackle comes in, it bobbles away. Great bit of play by Daglish, but Nicol really couldn't get a clean shot in. And as that kick is taken, there's a player lying injured. It's Villaverde in the penalty area. Referee doesn't stop it, and they're told to get on with it. There's an appeal. There's problems on the sidelines because a substitute is warming up. The referee wants to wave him away and keep the game moving, with Liverpool taking the free kick. Nicol is in there, Rush, Mølby and Wark. And Goyén quite comfortably picks it out because the Liverpool players had made an early run and there was nobody coming in from the back. Mølby. Independiente could yet crack. Daglish, forward goes Nicol, it's a great ball. Clausen gets it out. The referee's whistle blows and Nicol is distressed that a free kick is given against him. Bochini. Oh, not a good ball, back again, and Liverpool in possession. Daglish, Trossero. 25 minutes gone of the second half, but it's Liverpool still putting the pressure on. Now a break here though by Independiente, and it spells trouble. Good ball by Bochini to Percudani, and Kennedy does superbly. Percudani goes tumbling away, and Kennedy breaks forward. That's a good ball too. Johnston is wide open this game. And Liverpool are battling well. The side who won the British Championship the last 3 years are really putting the squeeze on here, but they haven't got much sharpness up front. Johnston is beaten away quite cleverly by two defenders, or in a slip by Mølby. Gets back in it with strength but loses out. Bochini, that's a nice bit of play. In goes Hansen. It's fast and furious again. It's Burruchaga in possession now. Independiente trying to slow the game down if they possibly can. It's not easy though. And nice play by Bochini, but couldn't get it to Giusti. Some 18 minutes left for Liverpool to get back in it. Rush. Villaverde is behind him, Clausen rather behind him, and that's an obvious foul, and it's going to be a booking. Rush turning away from Clausen, who clatters him, and his name goes into Mr. Filio's book, the second book player. Here's a chance here, and over the top by John Wark. He came into the hole. There was no one marking him. Beautifully put in by Kennedy before I think Independiente were ready. Wark stretching to get at this, and he didn't control it. But for John Wark, 11 goals this season, that must be classed as a chance. And we're back live with Liverpool still going for that equaliser. Remember last year, the European side, Hamburg, pulled the goal back and forced it into extra time. Here's Nicol. Villaverde. Burruchaga. And a foul there. Quickly taken. Percudani breaking again. Percudani is away with Barberón. Percudani. A weak shot, but he's still very lively. But no doubt the Liverpool are the dominant side. But that's not enough. Well, that bobbled away from Kennedy. He looks menacingly at the pitch. Substitution imminent for Independiente. It's going to be Monzón. A defender comes on, but not for the moment. The referee wants the game to continue as Barberón breaks away. It's Percudani in the middle. Barberón had a chance there. Grobbelaar seeing clearly that Barberón could see the whites of his eyes almost before he shot, but he should perhaps have done better. But again, the danger of the counter-attack, very evident. Here's Mølby looking for Wark, but it's away by Trossero. And Burruchaga. Nice little touch by Percudani, but not such a nice little touch by Hansen, and that was a foul. So a free kick. And a substitution. So we'll hold up play while Villaverde goes off and Pedro Monzón comes on. So that's one defender for another defender. Injured Villaverde a little bit earlier. But the game goes on and Percudani gets one over. Comfortably back to Grobbelaar. 15 minutes to go. It's still Liverpool trailing by the 1 goal. Last year, Hamburg of West Germany were the first European side to score in this competition, and it's been a frustrating time for the European teams. And it looks as if another substitution is imminent for Liverpool this time. But it's a free kick. Well in by Wark. Trossero challenged by Daglish. I'm quite happy to see that one put out of play. Here's Whelan to come on and John Wark to come off. With 40 minutes. John Wark, who had that one late chance that we saw, hasn't had the happiest of games. Whelan, who played in the European Cup final against Roma. Midfield usually. Burruchaga gets that one away. Oh, good play to rush. But he's on his own. Comes back to find support. Nicol. Kennedy just toes one in, but inaccurate. Daglish pursues it. 32 years of age, Daglish, but still full of running. Oh, good. Oh, well, by European standards, a good challenge. And the hands express the feeling of Craig Johnston, but the referee's whistle had gone, as you probably heard. A high challenge, according to the referee. Well, in Europe, he probably would have got away with it. Free kick then to Independiente, who've been the South American champions 7 times out of 25 years, way above any other club in South America. A club formed originally by employees of a store called the City of London. In 1905 they broke away and became Independiente. And they wear red because an English club, Nottingham Forest, went there and it so impressed the people there that they decided to wear the same colours. But Liverpool must now be becoming a little bit anxious. Offside against Percudani. Liverpool have had possession. They've got the ball into the Independiente penalty area, but they haven't got the equaliser. And the Argentine side have showed how good they are at soaking up pressure. And they haven't got much more time to soak it up. Well, that's a good ball to Nicol if he can keep it in. He can't quite. And now perhaps they're getting a little bit anxious with their passing. But what is good to see, that bearing in mind the political background to these two countries, this has been a fairly sporting occasion, despite the fact there have been 2 yellow cards. There were 5 last year. Oohs and ahs from the Japanese crowd as Enrique goes down. But if the referee forces the game on, I would guess that he would get up quickly. We're seeing it again as the game restarts. And Enrique has recovered. Kennedy, a little nudge as he went past Bochini there. It was a good play by Daglish. Bit hopeful from the back, not building as patiently as they did. That's better. Daglish to Neal. Oh, that's a hopeful, not a bad one. 10 minutes to go, putting Independiente back in possession. There's a free kick there. I wonder now if Liverpool have run out of steam. They've really got to pull their socks up and give it a go in the last 10 minutes. That's an attempted long shot from Burruchaga. Very, very optimistic. Ten minutes to go. Nicely put away by Daglish. He's shown some superb touches, but here's Kennedy in for Whelan, who couldn't control it. And Goyén will take his time. Kennedy in there well, but it's Bochini to Marangoni. Bochini again. Free kick. Burruchaga definitely held back there. It's beginning to sway very much Independiente's way. Trossero trying a kick, he topped it quite badly. It wasn't a good attempt at all. Well, what can Liverpool produce in these last few minutes? Grobbelaar, apart from that disastrous back pass which put Burruchaga in, hasn't had much to do in the second half. But Independiente have defended well. That wasn't a good clearance, so. And it's now Mølby and Kennedy. Rush. Pushing by Rush. Rush protests to the Brazilian referee that he was being held off. Now, who was right? As Rush goes for this one, well, we don't really see the incidents happen, but two players, one marking tight, one trying to get away, and inevitably a problem or two. back flick to Grobbelaar from Gillespie, who's filled in well for Lawrenson, but they have missed him, there's no doubt about it. His forays forward have always been valuable to them. Gillespie isn't that sort of a player. Clausen, Marangoni, Trossero, Monzón hasn't really had a part to play in this game now, the substitute, nor is number 12 Ronnie Whelan. There's Monzón. Hansen, but it's only Giusti in possession before the foul was committed. It's taken. Bad bit of play by Johnston, who's looking tired now, although he recovered bravely, but outnumbered there. Burruchaga. And now they're beginning Independiente to look the stronger side in many ways. They've done well to withstand the pressure. They know they've got to hold on only another 6 minutes. Marangoni. Oh, Bochini. Oh, great play. Still with it. Bochini happy to see that one go out and waste a few more seconds. And once again, the indications are that the European side is going to end up disappointed here. Clausen with the throw. Percudani into trouble, but out of again. And a free kick. Small but lively. And a free kick from, once again, an inviting angle with 5 minutes to go. Independiente in red, leading by 1-0. Grobbelaar well aware of the problems, particularly as he's only got a three-man wall in front of him. Will it be Trossero again or Burruchaga? Trossero, and Burruchaga was going for the return there. Well held by Grobbelaar, whacked away and not very well. Burruchaga was almost free there. But a surprisingly quiet game for the Argentine captain, really. Rush. Still got time to do it. Daglish. Mølby. Changing it to Kennedy with Nicol on his left. Kennedy going well. No power. And now he's going to be tired. He's got to get back. Well, it was a good run by the left back, Alan Kennedy, but the shot had no real sting. And there's a foul there on Steve Nicol, who brushes away the consolation and apologies of Marangoni. Down goes Nicol. It wasn't a good challenge. There's the free kick. It's well cut out by Burruchaga. Kennedy again. Rush, good header. Whelan can't get it. And a high challenge, says the referee, and protests by the Liverpool players, almost too many by Rush. And Rush has got to be careful here. The free kick has been taken. Goyén to clear. With 3 minutes or so left, plus injury time in this fifth Toyota Cup final. And the world title looks as if it's going back to South America, where it seems to have lodged quite permanently in the last few years. Referee indicating that they should get a move on. good interception by Kennedy, but they look to have run out of steam. Liverpool, Burruchaga offside, and a lot of whistle from the estate agent from Santos City. Some tired legs and faces out there. 2 minutes of the game left. Liverpool's throw. Or is it a kick? Free kick given. They're pushing a lot of big players up. Gillespie. Kennedy. Every Independiente player is back except Percudani, the goal scorer. Daglish. There's some confusion there as to who had the throw-in. Daglish, tired, hot, and looks a little bit disconsolate. Johnston gets in well and bravely. Neal. Hansen. Only a minute left. And Bochini could break here. Free kick given. He knows that time is on Independiente's side. No hurry. And that, the most negative touch of the game, roundly booed by the Japanese, but in fairness, it has been a fairly open and clear-cut game. Photographers and Argentines alike waiting to pour on when the final whistle goes. Joe Fagan knows surely it's all over unless somebody can produce a trump card in the closing seconds, and there are very, very few of those. The ball goes out, a delaying tactic. We're into injury time. Liverpool look as if they're going to lose for the second time, and they have. The final whistle. Liverpool have lost. It's Independiente, another triumph for South America, the 5th success in 5 attempts. Independiente of Buenos Aires, the Diablos Rojos, the Red Devils, beat Liverpool, the champions of Europe, by 1-0. The goal scored by Jose Percudani. So early in the game, they withstood a lot of pressure in the second half. Goyén, the Uruguayan goalkeeper, was resolute, and it means that Club Atlético Independiente of Buenos Aires are the World Club Champions. Toyota European South American Cup has been a presentation of NTV in association with Warren Lockhart Television Sports, and is intended solely for the private use of its audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission or other use of the contents in whole or in part without the express written consent of Warren Lockhart Television Sports and Dentsu is prohibited. There's the cup, the Intercontinental Cup and the Toyota Cup, and the World Club Champions are Independiente of Buenos Aires. So celebrations here from the Argentines, as we remind you that the executive producer for Warren Lockhart Television Sports has been Warren Lockhart, and the supervising producer has been Dick Dodson.